What's up, people? Mike here, and this is The Last of Us, grounded difficulty walkthrough. We are now in Pittsburgh, and we are right into the mayhem of this chapter. So, after you kill those two guys, if you're quick enough and don't waste a bullet like I did, you can kill two of the guys that are rushing in here. I've actually managed to headshot that first guy on two of the attempts I did going through here, and then you just have like two guys left, and they always come into this building. Their route can be completely different every time. Sometimes this guy will actually walk towards the truck, and other times he'll walk this way, and this is the better way for him to go because it gives you a little bit more of a distance from this other guy. And I shouldn't have picked up the 2x4. I should have beat the shit out of that guy and then picked up the 2x4, because then I would have at least had it for the, I think it's 4 guys that show up. But if you're quick enough like I was, you can actually come outside here and basically move around so you're behind them, so you can actually pick them off as they go in. I should have kept going forward. I kind of hesitated because I thought that last guy was actually going to go outside the building, but and then unfortunately that guy decided to jump through the window, and now everyone knows where well, they were alerted to where I was, and somehow that guy managed to miss me. I'm not sure how that worked out, but actually no, I think it was only 3 guys that show up, and Ellie coming in handy and throwing a bottle. But once all these guys are dead, run around the other buildings and look for any supplies to grab. There's some building stuff, some materials, and then and we open up this gate and we're inside. And I kept this in mainly because this is the first place for the tools upgrade, if I remember right. Oh, it's the second one, I should say. The level 2 tools. And then going up the stairs into this little side room is a manual for improving how much health you get back from your bandages, which is always good to have. And some health pickups and other stuff. I think I keep in upgrading the weapons I have. I forget exactly what I ended up doing. I usually try to do like the fire rate and the recoil if it has it on the weapon. But I'm gonna pop out of the commentary and jump back in when we're dealing with the next group of guys.
bridge looks pretty far.
We'll get there.
Whoa. It's strange seeing a checkpoint with no soldiers.
Well, this is what most zones look like. This place has been abandoned for a while now.
Alright, so now we're coming into a pretty big section of enemies. Usually when I casually play this area, the three group of guys that are like ahead of where I was, I usually wait for them to walk away from where they're standing, and I'll choke out each of them. Because there is some like building supplies I think you can pick up around the area that they're at. But I decided to kind of go for like more of a safer route. It kind of ended up not working out in the end because I kind of fucked up. I threw a brick at the wrong point. So I ended up having to actually kind of deal with some of the enemies upstairs. And then there's like a hilarious moment of hiding under the stairs at the bottom while they're getting stuck running up and down it. But well, so if you go the route I did and come up here, there's a guy in front and there's at least a guy to my left. Save the brick to distract the guy on the left instead of where I threw it, because that guy's just walking away. What I should have done was thrown the brick past the guy that's now walking towards me, and I could have just gone through the doorway and I would have been out of this area. I actually should have just restarted checkpoint at this point and redid this, but I was kind of in the mindset of, well, maybe I can still make this work. I kind of almost made it work. This idiot decided to decided not to be in a good place when I choked him out, so that this guy managed to see me. And I think also there was a guy behind me, so. But at this point, I'm just, shit's going bad. So when I run down here, I run under the stairs. I should have just ran for the exit area, because then at this point I'm in a point of, well, these guys are running down the stairs. Any moment one of them is probably gonna come down here, but this is where you can see the AI is pretty stupid. They just keep running up and down the stairs. So I'm kind of at a point of like, well, shit, should I risk running out, or should I like wait to see if they just go back upstairs? But the Molotov guy was kind of stuck at the bottom of the stairs, so that was at the point where I'm like, oh shit, I gotta run. So yeah, like I said, save the brick for the guy that's on the left when you go up the stairs to distract him, and then you should just be able to go right through the doorway and avoid all that bullshit I just went through. I cut out most of getting into this hotel area because it's kind of pointless and not really worth anything. When you get the ladder, make sure you put it here, because there's a pickup of building supplies that you can grab, or I say building supplies, but like upgrade material for your guns. And then I also go to this right side because there's a code for a safe that's underneath where I'm currently at, and it has some health supplies. I think it has some ammo, and I believe it has a manual for the shivs, if I remember right. that gives them an extra hit. So when you take out like a clicker, you still have another use for the shiv. I think there's also something else to pick up then. So yeah, there was some ammo and then some upgrade material. Yeah, your shivs last 2 hits longer, so that comes in handy dealing with clickers. I think the most you can have is like 3 hits on the shiv, if I remember right. But now we're into this area, the part of the hotel that I just really, well, not really this part I hate, is that when we're down in the basement. But when I casually play this game, I skip this entire hotel section, because before you go into the hotel, when you have to grab the raft to bring Elliot across, there's a way to get out of bounds with the raft, and then you basically just swim to the section that's outside here, and you skip like 20 minutes of the game or something like that, 30 minutes depending on what it is. But obviously for a guide, you know, that's not exactly a handy thing to do. But it's mostly the basement that makes me do it, just because I hate the basement so much in this level. Just because of the randomness of the enemy placements and the fact that there's a bloater there. Sometimes he's right at the door where you need to run to, and then sometimes he's not. It's really a toss-up of what's gonna happen, and I just don't like that section because of it. But it's also the randomness of an enemy showing up when you try to use the generator. Sometimes an enemy will show up and sometimes it won't. It's random. But if you just follow the path I'm going, you shouldn't really hit any resistance. I end up going back to choke this guy out just because I didn't want to run the risk of him coming back out here and being behind me and seeing me. So I decided to just choke him out just to be safe. I think I ended up getting shotgun ammo from him, so it kind of worked out. But yeah, just follow the rest of the path that I do, and you should be in the clear, and then we're going into the really shitty part of this level.